Hi, I'm Gandalf Clark.
I'm Ellen Clark.
And
we're the Clarks.
Bridgerton.
Yeah, Bridgerton. Okay, I'm going to just say this right off the bat. This season doesn't feel serious at all. Like last season, it was kind of stressful because you had the whole thing with the sisters needing to get married. It was like super, super stressful.
Yeah, but now we're dealing with siblings that didn't exist prior to this season.
Yeah.
And
it's like one of those things where the writers were like, yeah, these people had siblings, but you didn't know about them.
You know what? I'm going to say this. In our canon, we've got everything planned out. There's not going to be any, unscheduled siblings.
Not unscheduled siblings. Actually, we do have one character that we're writing into the book.
Who's that?
Skylar.
But that's not anyone's sibling.
Right.
You're talking about it. Look, you're allowed to have new characters that aren't related to the same characters. They could just be old friends that were suddenly came back, or new characters that you just decided to introduce. I mean, it doesn't have to be a brother or a sister.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. What was the older ladies that had a brother?
Lady Danbury? Is that who it is?
Yeah, Lady Danbury.
Lady Danbury has a brother that we never knew about.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's reeking of absolute bullshit to me, to be honest. I mean, I don't hate the show. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to hate on the show.
We still love it.
It's great and all, but
it's still fun.
It just seems a little bit
odd. The new Bridgerton sister Francesca. You're going to remember that.
Yeah, because my sister's name is Francisca.
Yeah. Yeah, so you immediately remember that. But
she goes by Galadriel.
Yeah, I didn't pick up at all that she was on the spectrum as having autism at all.
I didn't pick it up either, but it makes sense because of how into her music she was and how she immediately wanted to leave the ball in order to go home and do something with music that one of the suitors had altered for her.
Lord Kilmartin, I think, is what his name was. Yeah, but I did pick up on the oddness of he had a gift for her, but she didn't want to spend time with him. But then when she got home, it was the piece was rearranged in the different pace, and I thought that was really sweet. But also the fact that their favorite form of communicating was not communicating. So are they saying maybe he is also on the spectrum, or maybe he just understands that?
I mean, it seems I don't really remember that much about Kilmartin, to be honest. But
when he showed up at the Bridgerton house, right, to call on her, they just sat on the couch and they just looked straight forward, and then they were just kind of looking at each other and giggling. Remember that?
Yeah.
And it's they weren't talking at all.
Yeah, that was but she wanted to sit there in silence.
Yeah.
That's what she wanted, and he respected that. So I don't know if he's on the spectrum too, or just respectful of others' wishes, which is a good thing.
The people that we know who have autism, we've never experienced a quiet moment. So we didn't pick that up. Maybe it's just because they enjoy talking to us. The people who
could be.
And we love those people in our life, We've had quite a few and have lovely people in our life. But we didn't pick that up as a trait, but I know that is a trait. And I think it's awesome that they have different diverse people. I also noticed that one of the people was speaking sign language. Did you remember that? I thought that was pretty cool, especially where we live in Maryland. It's a very friendly place for deaf people. We have a school for the deaf, and we have a lot of...
Here in Frederick, we have a school for the deaf.
Yeah, and we have, at the post office, we have a deaf postal worker that can help people, and we have other things as well.
I haven't seen him in a long time, but to be fair, I don't really go into that part of the post office. I'm usually just dropping packages off at the part where you can throw them through the window and they land in the little bucket.
One of the coolest things that I love, though, is at Pride, when we had the Queen singing, we had an interpreter, an ASL interpreter, and they were like moving their hands and mouth in the most beautiful, magical way. And I was just like, I wish I knew sign language, because it would just have been so beautiful to know like what they were doing with their hands. Obviously it was, the same song that we heard with our ears, but I am hearing impaired myself, and I just kept taking pictures of the interpreters because I just thought it was so beautiful. If you go on to our YouTube or TikTok, you'll see the videos that I made and the pictures on our Instagram of the interpreters, because that honestly was my favorite part of the show at Pride last year. We're so excited to go to Pride this year.
Oh yeah, I think what I'm gonna do what my sister recommended, which is to paint my nails chrome, so that it reflects the colors in the area, and that way, I'm showing my pride. I mean, I am a demisexual according to Ellen, because in order to have sex with someone successfully, I have to care about them. That's generally the way I've always worked, and I have to make a connection with them, and that's the way Ellen is too. She has to make a connection with people, and we only want each other at this point. We are not open to new relationships.
Yeah, but we're really excited about Pride. They did issue a worldwide alert to everyone celebrating Pride, to be extra careful of the people around you. They're talking about possible terrorists showing up at Pride events, to be careful to go to places where people might go if you are a tourist, which is exactly where they always hold Pride events, like right in the middle of town, or like right in front of, landmarks. So just no matter where you are for Pride, please take caution and take notice of, everything around you. Be extra safe, put your money in a secure location. Try not to carry a lot of cash with you, and just, be aware of your surroundings. Go with people, check up on each other, have like regular checkpoints, that you would all show up at a certain time,
I would say your better bet is to just
stay with the group.
Stick with a group.
Yeah, stick with a group.
And just keep your eye out for anything suspicious, because we don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to be scared away from it.
Yeah.
Because of this, but there are terrorists everywhere, and that could happen at any time, and it can be scary, but I'm not going to be scared away, because this is an important event. And I also classify those people who hold the signs that say repent. They're also terrorists.
Yeah, they're trying to scare people.
They're trying to scare people into believing in their false god, which, we don't need that shit.
What we can do is just show our love for each other, try to take care of each other on the day. Just keep an eye out. Be vigilant, Try to have a good time. What we're doing, instead of like staying out late because we're like low energy, have disabilities, that kind of thing. A lot of introverts.
Also low income at this time.
Low income, yes. We're just going to do like a little after party at our house, like, with, pizza, just a relaxing night, with our friends and family. So, just have a plan and, stick to it, and make sure you have sunscreen, make sure you have water, have a fan or something like that to keep yourself cool, dress in clothing that you're going to be protecting yourself from the sun, and be careful of heat stroke, because that can affect anyone. Know where the nearest hospital is. Those are important things. And carry a backpack with snacks in it, with water in it, any medications you might need. If someone's allergic, make sure you have EpiPen. You know, wear comfortable shoes. I know everybody wants to look amazing, but first and foremost, take care of yourself. Make sure you have your medications. Make sure you have water. Make sure you have food so that people don't have low blood sugar. This is me being your Auntie Ellen, okay? I'm just trying to watch out for you. But have a good time and enjoy the day. And it's just so important for us all to have our representation in our cities. So everybody have a good time, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.